Today is the 10th of November 2020. Will Berlinghoff is the voice of Cosmic Awareness, and Callista is Energizer and Questioner. Awareness, do you have a message for us, please?
That this awareness does have a message at this very important and critical of times. It would start by saying to one and all that this too shall pass. This meaning that which is currently affecting the nation of America and the political turmoil that is happening, but the entire globe as well, for the entire world is at this time undergoing a tremendous onslaught from that which you would call the dark cabal. It is, of course, most evident in America, where that which was the landslide victory that Donald Trump was headed for was stolen from him. If you would recall, this awareness did in a recent message suggest that there would be an attempt to steal the election from Trump, and that the crew of Donald Trump and the president himself were well aware of this. If they were aware, then why did they let it happen? They let it happen because it had to happen, because that is part of the bigger plan. And that this awareness would emphasize that there is indeed a plan of such major magnitude that many would fail to comprehend the significance of what is actually happening right now. As President Trump let those who would steal the victory have their moment of glory, all the while putting the noose tighter and tighter around their own necks. But this they do not see, this they do not perceive. Therefore, this awareness says on that level of events that are underway at this time, do not fear that all is lost, that which was your effort to support Trump has gone for naught. For this is most certainly not the case at all. What is the case is that events are taking place, some in the public eye, much behind the scenes, that are of great significance. Even the 10 days of darkness that are happening at this time, as those who are the followers of Q would know, that they have not spoken since the election date itself. That 10 days would bring it to the 13th of November, a time of significance, for this is that moment when the planet Mercury goes direct from its retrograde movement. While many might not be followers of astrology, what this awareness can say is that this marks a turning point. And those who are in the know of the greater plan are even aware of this factor, and indeed it is very heavily embedded in the plan itself, that there would be these 10 days where so much seems to be dark and ominous, and that this is a challenging time, especially when one sees the nation about to turn to the swamp ones, the swamp people. At this point, this awareness would speak of a very famous man in American history in terms of one who stood up, who was a patriot, one who gave much to his country. This individual is Admiral Stockdale, who was at one time a prisoner of war in the Vietnamese conflict. He helped his men go through their internment by teaching him a principle that he formulated, that which is now known as the Stockdale Principle, or even the Stockdale Paradox. He said to his men that despite all the challenges, they must not lose faith, that they would endure and win through. At the same time, he also explained and said to them that it was essential that they face their situation, that they look into the eyes of the enemy and not be intimidated. Now, this awareness delivering the Stockdale principle. Those who are interested may look it up. But the point being that in these challenging times, do not lose faith. Look forward, as awareness has so often said, to the future where you have broken through, where you have passed through the eye of the needle. That your willingness to deal with the situation of your life, including this challenge in America, is essential so that you know that you have the strength and fortitude and courage to face your challenges. At this time, this awareness will say to you all, this very much involves you, the individual, on an individual level. For even though your country, the country of America, may be in turmoil, and other countries are also in their own turmoil at this time, that by paying attention to your own needs and that which would support you as you do battle, for it is indeed a war that is raging right now, is that which you must focus on. There is a saying, on the road to enlightenment, on the road to enlightenment, chop wood and carry water. When enlightened, chop wood and carry water. This is significant at this time, for in truth it is saying that no matter what the challenges are, whether it is the deep state surging forward, throwing everything it can to prevent Donald Trump being re-elected once again and saving the nation and leading the world forward into the new times ahead, or your own personal situations, for many of you are being challenged in the most personal way at this time. That the most important thing to do is carry on, to face your challenges, to carry your load, with the understanding that you will prevail, that the faith that you need is that which will carry you through, and your willingness to deal with the situation, be it on a very personal level, a crisis or challenge on any level, on the personal level, being that which you will face, just as you will face the situation that is occurring in the political field in America. Do not lose faith. Do not lose trust. Do not lose hope. Stand strong. Stand vigil. Know that you are a warrior of the light, a divine disciplinarian in your life who can look at the situation and deal with it, holding that this too shall pass, holding that you will prevail, holding that you will come through these times. Remember, this is not an idle time. It is a very critical time, and it is very important that in these times you stand up, you be strong, and you have the faith to carry on. That this awareness blesses all and says that from that perspective of this awareness, it is seen that the good, the light, will prevail. And that which is the darkness is in its last throes, trying to bring down that which it would destroy if it is not given back the power. And the power will not go back to them. You are alive in the most amazing of times, and that there is challenge, but it is the challenge itself that will refine you, that will strengthen you, that will preserve in you that which is your courage, that which is your heart, that which is your strength. That this is the message from this awareness at this time.